Okay, so here we are. I think out of all these Batmans, right? I mean, just these four, from Michael Keaton all the way to this George Clooney one, this have got to be the worst.
Oh, it's worse. It almost made me not want to watch Batman ever again.
So, okay, why do you
I
have
mean,
that feeling? Like, I have a feeling this episode we're not even going to go scene by scene, right? We're just going to talk about it, and
oh,
it's
we
gonna
could
be
go scene by scene, but it would only take us a few minutes because there ain't that much to it.
that's not much.
It's
Oh,
it's awful.
you know
And
the
the sad thing is, I
look.
don't remember it being this bad. But again, I've only seen it once. I remember I didn't see it at the theater. I rented it.
Okay,
And I remember seeing everything about it. People were talking about it. I thought, oh, it could be good. And this had like George Clooney. It's like George Clooney could play a good Bruce Wayne, I
he
think, because
only a Bruce Wayne. He's playing the
because he lives
Adam West version.
because he lives a life like no. Adam West is way better, man. Adam West is so much better.
Then I don't know what he's doing because he doesn't even do a bat. Like he doesn't even alter his voice at all when he's
He
Batman.
doesn't alter nothing. He never alters anything in any movie, though.
So it's still George Clooney playing George Clooney.
It's George Clooney is George Clooney. He's never
Yeah,
playing anybody else.
he has never played anybody else, right? No, what other role I seen him in? He's George Clooney.
I think he did another role though. The Men Who Stare at Goats, I think. Is
Oh, I
that the
have
name
not
of it?
seen that.
I think he. To me, it was pretty good. It was pretty good with him.
Okay, so of all the
But
movies
yeah,
I've
as far as
seen,
Batman, hey, you
George
can't
Clooney.
accuse him. Hey, you cannot accuse him of not being able to understand him as Batman, though.
Okay, so George Clooney plays George Clooney.
George Clooney doesn't play George. George Clooney is George
Is
Clooney,
George Clooney.
and that's just all you're gonna get.
That's all we're gonna get. So so we pointed out before, I think it's in Batman Returns, right? Like the only actor that stay consistent is Alfred and Commissioner Gordon.
Yes,
So
even here.
even here, so like one of the lines, like kind of like I want to mirror the third one, Batman Forever, against this one. In the beginning, they do the weapon things again, like they grab the stuff, and then when they get dressed, right, they have to show the butt shot and a quad
No,
shot.
that's the whole movie. The whole
Like,
movie. But I guess they think, well, they show the gloves, they
yeah,
turn the gloves, they show the chest. Well, they show your back and they turn the chest. Then they
yes,
show your butt and then they turn.
yes.
They
Why?
even did that for Batgirl. Like,
Yeah,
what?
but Batgirl is all of her. It's not like taking turns between Batman and Robin, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, they got to show you that one of them's now Nightwing, even though they don't mention Nightwing.
They don't.
He's got the Nightwing suit.
He's wearing the Nightwing suit, right? That's why I figured they modeled
He's
that.
wearing one version of the Nightwing suit
Yeah.
because they changed suits in this deal. Because Batman at the end of the movie, they got the silver.
Yes.
I mean, Batgirl even had two suits, and she just showed up.
She did have two suits, right?
Yes, she does.
Uh,
Because at the ending of the movie, they all got these special with silver on it. I'm like,
yeah.
what kind of crap? And they got ice skates that pop out of the bottom of their bat boots.
Oh, that's okay. There's
Bat
just so
skate.
much going on. Like, then this movie is also over 2 hours. It is probably the
Yeah.
worst
Oh,
Batman I
that was
ever seen.
horrible.
It does make me want to not. I see why Arnold turned it down so many
You know the funny
times.
thing?
What?
I've seen this movie only 3 times. I will
Ooh.
probably never see it again.
I've
It's
probably seen it
horrible.
over 3 times. I've seen this at the theater because I still haven't broken my streak of seeing a Batman movie in the theater since
Yeah,
I was
you
born.
should have skipped this one.
Yeah, but then you would never know, right? Because Batman Forever was still good, right?
Kinda.
I mean,
Wasn't
like
that good.
we talk about the time gap. Like watching back to back is not as good as Batman Forever.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
Batman
good. Now, I
Returns.
mean, now that we've seen some real superhero movies, yeah, they're
Yes, here you go. Thank you for saying real superhero movies. You're a hundred
this was.
percent right.
I mean, and I don't know. Maybe you could never. It makes you wonder: could you make these movies better? I don't know. I
Ooh.
mean, could Christopher Nolan do better? I mean, we know he does good, but there are some campy villains that can you make them better?
So let's talk about the villains, Mr. Freeze. I know, like I told you before, and it's over
Actually,
many
the sad
times.
thing is, I'm gonna say Schwarzenegger was the best character in the movie.
Oh, Schwarzenegger is the best character in this movie.
He
Yes.
is, even though he had some crappy, stupid lines, he still was the better
I want to point
character.
that out because the last movie you talk about they have a lot of one-liners, right? And then
Yeah,
everything Arnold says, it has to be some kind of a pun.
almost.
Like
Lots of
not
pun against everything is
oh,
ice. And
everything is
some of
ice,
them don't
everything
even
is
make
cold.
sense.
I know, but
Some
then
of
they
them
make
don't
him
even
say
make
this stuff anyway. I'm so glad Arnold asked for 25 million, and then they finally give it to him.
I'm wishing they did for anything and just
They're
that way
like,
we could have got another Batman movie that
yeah, it just
filmmaker didn't make. Or
it's so
Schumacher or whatever.
terrible. Like I can't help it.
It was awful. It was awful. It was,
This is Sony level of Spider-Man, okay? This is exactly how it matches.
Nah, even Sony level Spider-Man was way better.
Yeah, it is.
Warner Brothers didn't even show up to even see the
movie.
They
showed up. They showed up in town like, hey, this is what we want, and this is what you're going to make. I think that's what it is.
Everybody always says it. I always think that's a bunch of bull
Oh,
crap.
I don't think so. I think it's just, this is production control.
Bull crap.
This is company production control. Nah. It's not, no.
I'm blaming it on film. I am blaming it on the screenwriter and the director.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, no, I'm sure they had made them do the bat suit changes and the bat sled and all the bat crap. But I mean, still, they could have made a better movie.
They could have.
How did everybody else get away with making a good movie and all of a sudden they can't make a good movie?
You're talking about like everybody on the production?
Yeah, I don't understand. You always see a good movie, but when there's a bad movie, it's always blamed on the studio. Oh, the studio made me do this. I'm like, the studio made you make 4 Batman movies. Why come the first 3 were okay and the fourth one was crap?
Yeah.
You were doing a good job. The studio wouldn't have stepped in.
I do understand what you mean, but for this one, I strictly blame the Warner Brothers. No, because
I'm not.
No, I am because I can't because like it went from Michael Keaton to this in less than 10 years.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. Why come Burton was able to pull it off and these people couldn't?
Because Burton,
the studio, because the studio's always there. They've always been there.
No, I don't know.
So why is it not the studio's fault this time?
I don't know. It is. So Batman Returns was all those studios' fault. Then they let Tim Burton have complete control. But this one, I don't think they let Joel Schumacher have complete control.
I'm thinking they should have took away all his control.
What, Joel Schumacher?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that was controlled by Joel Schumacher. I know.
I saw what he did was Forever.
Forever? Oh, God. Yeah. I don't know. It's just so tough, man.
The only thing we got a Forever was the Batman between this one and the next one. Batman Begins. That was almost forever.
Oh. Right, because this was 97, right? Batman and Robin?
Yes, it's 97, and the next one didn't come out, what was that,
2005.
Yeah, man,
2005. That's what they had, they had to sit there almost 10 years before, okay, let's try this again.
Yeah, here's one of the questions. We always ask, hey, would you let your kids watch this movie? I would tell you, do not let your kids watch this movie, or they will never watch a Batman film, ever.
No, I let them watch it while they're still at this age. I won't let them watch this when they're 14 and stuff. What the heck is this?
I don't know.
Because I have a 5-year-old, right? He probably enjoyed this. Because when I'm watching this as an adult, even Heather was like, what the heck is this? I'm like, yeah, it's different from Batman Returns, isn't it?
Did you look at her and say, not Batman?
She's like, she asked me, why are you watching this? I don't know. Me and Shane got to get through this bad one.
Hey, this is part of the Bat history. You got to watch it.
Yes, it is.
Let me put it this way. Even the comic books had a period like this.
Yes, the colorful stuff and things like that.
Yeah, where it's so crummy that it almost ruined the comic book.
Right.
And this one almost ruined the movies. I mean, after watching this the third time, because I was okay with it, but again, when I rented it, I only watched it once. That's all I could stand.
Yeah.
And then I watched it. This is the first time I watched it again.
For a long time, actually. Me too.
Yeah, and it's even worse.
Oh, you know what's really funny? I made this comment to Heather, right? I can't believe this is probably on Blu-ray, and Dogma doesn't even have a Blu-ray release or digital.
Yeah. But
yeah.
It's a bigger studio.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, because I guess at that time, yeah.
And plus, this is always part of a set now.
Yes, I think one of the. I think this is the last time.
Yeah, if you're watching Burton's Batmans, you get this movie.
Yeah, you get the whole set double-sided DVDs.
They even throw the Adam West in to try to make this one not seem so bad. But I mean, when we watched Adam West, to me, this one was actually trying to be
the '66 Batman.
Batman. And
yes, I think so too. Because Adam West never did a Batman voice either. Right?
Yeah, but he was kind of different.
And you know what else? You know what makes me think, in the beginning when they were driving, right? When Batman talks to that little video monitor and he sees Commissioner Gordon, the direct communication, that's very Adam West-like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that right there, that scene right there reminds me of 1966 Batman.
Yep, it did too, yeah. The only thing they didn't do is the phone.
Because Commissioner Gordon basically acted like the one in the
yes
TV series.
You know what? Now maybe I'm siding with you a little bit on Joel Schumacher have complete control on this. But at the same time, I don't think Warner Brothers finally gave complete control.
I'm sure they got into
it.
I mean, I know they said, they got in to sell more toys, but everybody wants to sell more toys.
Merchandising, yeah, not just toys, yeah.
But you got to make money. I mean, it's a franchise movie.
So in a way, I can see the Batman and Robin is trying to not reboot this directly, right? But the '66 version. Can you imagine? Yeah. Let's do a what if. What if the Cooney and Batman has a TV show?
The '66 movie's not really that good. The TV series was better.
Oh, I haven't seen the '66. I mean, I haven't seen the movie. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Basically, a lot of clips from the TV series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all one giant movie with all the villains in it.
Oh.
But the TV series focuses on it. I mean, it's campy too, but at least it was meant to be.
So I guess back at that time, like you would never seen anything that dark, like Batman Returns in that time period.
Yeah, they probably couldn't. Well, it was for kids anyways.
Yeah, it is for kids.
But the movie wasn't really for kids.
Oh, the '66 movie wasn't for kids?
No, this movie wasn't really just
for
kids.
This movie wasn't for kids?
Couldn't have been just kids, because kids don't have any money.
Oh, yeah, but it's something that you take your kids to see, right? I mean, that's the whole point.
But a lot of the nerds don't have kids. I don't got no kids. I mean, if you're making a kid movie, I'm not going to show up.
You're right.
There's too many kids there.
I don't know if it's because, we talk about how we didn't like this movie, right? Now, if we would have seen this at 10, let's just say we compared this, when we saw Batman, right? We were a lot younger. If we were at the same age seeing Batman and Robin, would that have made a difference? You think?
I don't know.
Because we're a lot older.
I don't think I would have liked it then. Because let me put it this way, I didn't like '66 Batman back then.
Oh, so okay.
I like it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I fell asleep through that. Most of it. I mean, I guess it wasn't that judgmental. I mean, anything Batman would have been awesome when we were 10, but still, after seeing the other Batmans and then seeing this, it doesn't fit in the same universe.
It doesn't. It went a whole different direction.
It went completely different. It's like they go, "Oh, we got the same wild town," and we're like, "No, you don't." Because Batman's first two movies was dark. This one's got lights everywhere. Everything's got these tacky, ugly colors, and the music is god awful. It's basically the 1966, just louder. I mean, because they're still using the bongo drums and all the loud trumpets.
Yeah, the jungle stuff. Yeah.
Just like they did in '66.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny when you point that out to me. Everything is loud.
Yeah,
and they have... Now it reminds me of like the way Warner Brothers do things, even in the new DCEU universe. Like everybody does his own thing. Between these Batman movies, everybody does his own thing.
They need some order.
They need a dedicated producer. Yes, definitely.
A dedicated producer.
They need dedicated something.
They actually need I guess they need to probably organize their film unit for their comic book section better.
Oh, okay.
Because basically, to me, it's just Warner Brothers. It's not Detective Comic or DC Comics. I guess I should have said DC Comics doing anything. Yeah. It's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
The film division doing it. Oh. Disney has a Marvel division.
Yes.
Film division. That's who oversees it now.
Oh, yeah.
So one house is organized. Plus, it's comic book writers that look at it, artists and stuff, help out with the Marvel films.
Oh.
I'm sure they go, "Oh yeah, we had all these people." I'm like, yeah, they're probably crying. They're either laughing or crying. I'm like, come on.
They're crying.
A lot of them probably go like, "You know what? I'm gonna quit drawing comic books and go work for Marvel."
See my true vision to like whose vision was this? Like whose vision really? Like I can see the first two Batman, right? Like okay, so the screenwriter.
The screenwriter and it's got to be Schumacher's too.
So you know much more Batman like comic than I do, right? Like are we issues here?
For a period, yeah.
Okay, so anything in this one that remind you anything of the comics that you've seen?
No, but it does match the comic books I didn't see. I mean, I wasn't around for the 70s and 60s when Batman almost sucked so bad they got rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah, the 60s. I actually do have some. I bought a collection of Batman comic books from there. Started to read it one day, and then I was like,
but nothing that links this to comic books that you read for Batman.
Not really the story, but I mean, this actually reminds me of the TV series more than anything.
The TV series. So you know, like you're talking about the '66 Batman.
Yeah,
but
I'm talking about Adam West.
But
this reminds me of
just
Adam
the
West Batman, just taken even more to the extremes.
But on Mr. Freeze, that like they follow the Adventures of Batman and Robin storyline for Mr. Freeze's character, not the '66 though.
They may say they did it.
No, they did.
They remind me of '66 Bat.
Because
well, 60. Yeah, but that one looks like '66. The one in the comic book that you're talking about, Adventures of Batman.
Not the comic book, the animated series.
The animated series looks like the '66 Batman.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about the Mr. Freeze character, like his wife thing. His wife storyline came from the anime.
The whole story's that's the comic book too.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it is.
But the wife thing is not in the '66 version though.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But the character looks like him.
Oh, the character looks like him. Before they went to Arnold, they trying to find like.
You're right. Actually, you're right. The animated that Freeze you're talking about, that is where they added the wife.
Yeah, they added the wife. Yes.
Because they actually made the character like they do every villain now. Well, here's their sad story, and this is why they're bad.
So what do you think about Bane in this one?
Oh, I hated him. Wasn't Bane at all, dude.
So I want to point that out. It's not Bane at all, right? It's like
that's not Bane at all. Bane is supposed to be Batman's deadliest villain. He's smart and super strong.
Smart and super strong, yes.
This guy was a vegetable.
So you know what's really funny?
And they also ruined Poison Ivy, which Poison Ivy out of the female villains is my favorite.
Oh, of all the female villains?
Yeah.
I didn't know how many there are besides her and Catwoman.
No, Catwoman. Oh yeah, I guess you just got her and Catwoman. Well, they added Harley Quinn.
Oh, Harley Quinn.
Everybody loves Harley Quinn.
Yeah, everybody loves Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. I'm sick of Harley Quinn.
So I want to, it's also really funny. I want to point out this fact, right? Because I watched Minty. He said, like, they completely destroyed Bane, right? It seems like, okay, Bane's just a new character, from whatever, and they just want to put him in a movie immediately. So they totally effed him up, okay? They didn't give him the whatever they deserved.
They didn't, because during that time, that's when Bane broke Batman's back in half.
That's the thing.
After half. And then when I saw it on the screen, I was like, yeah. And then I saw this guy, I was like, okay.
No.
But now it's even worse. No,
so,
I was forgiving then. But.
Okay, so I want to point that out. So they did Bane wrong, right? And then the other studio that I'm so fond of also did Venom wrong when they first had him in the movie, right? And then ironically, these two people were played by Tom Hardy later.
Yeah.
And then he did a much better job in both of them.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he did. I mean, it's not, but the problem is they got a lot to work with now.
How do you mean?
Better scripts. I mean,
better script, better writers.
The next Bane had a better director and a better script writer.
Yeah, they did.
And then and they actually had a real actor. And it sounds like I'm knocking the Bane here, but the problem is they didn't really have an actor. They found the biggest guy they had. His name was
wrestler, yeah.
Swanson, yeah. He was just wrestler. I mean, maybe he could act. Who knows? But they didn't let him.
No.
I mean, it's like want an actor.
It's like a dumb muscle head. That's it.
They just that's all they wanted was a dumb muscle, and that's what the problem is. That's not what Bane is.
No, he served as a henchman to Poison Ivy, which I don't even know how that worked out. Actually, they never explained it. It's suddenly like this guy listened to Poison Ivy, and then that's it. We accept it as fact.
Yeah, but that's the problem. His character, when he was made, that's all he was like a slave type person.
I know.
He didn't have a mind. Every time you said something, he repeats what you said.
Like a dummy, yeah.
Oh, it was a turbo button. He had a turbo button. What kind of stupid crap is that?
Is it a turbo button or is it an on button? Like, is it like a raised thing? Like,
no, it said turbo. They said turbo when they pushed the button, and then he just ripped stuff up.
It's like, I don't want to go on doing this anymore. This is our shortest episode.
There's a lot of actors that showed that they didn't even have a part, like Vivica A. Fox.
Oh, I forgot she was in it.
One scene in it. She just shows up in this Ice Princess costume in the code, talks to Mr. Freeze for a few minutes.
And then she was gone.
While he's trying to make everybody, all his henchmen, sing a
song.
And then she disappears. I was like, what was the purpose?
Yes, they didn't need her. They didn't need her in that movie.
They didn't need a whole bunch of people in this movie. They didn't need anybody.
They also didn't need Elle Macpherson, right? The supermodel.
Oh, you mean Bruce Wayne's girlfriend?
Yeah, Bruce Wayne's girlfriend. She actually
plays a girlfriend that's like
in the comic book.
Yeah, one of the first girlfriends for Bruce Wayne in the comic book.
You think they just put her in there for whatever? Like they didn't really need her, right? She didn't pick a big role.
They got a chance to put supermodels in. They did.
Yes.
Because she's not the only supermodel in this movie. Because Mr. Freeze's wife's a supermodel.
Really?
Yeah, Vandala.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, she's used to walk the runways with the Elle Macpherson.
Oh, no way. No, I really didn't know that. That's cool.
Maybe they're both Victoria's Secret models at one time.
Oh my gosh. So they just trying to cram as much people in this movie as possible. And then they give us a piece of crap.
People in this movie. And this piece of crap.
This is a piece of crap.
It was a frozen piece of crap.
It doesn't matter frozen, dry, wet, nothing. It's just
No, it wasn't wet. It's frozen.
I even told Heather, like, George Clooney, he did a bad job too. I think back in the day, right?
You gotta think though. This actually movie didn't ruin anybody's career. It made it because George Clooney wasn't a big screen actor yet.
He wasn't a big screen actor yet.
He became one. Uma Thurman didn't have many roles either. She got a lot after this one.
She did. And Alicia Silverstone maybe this was a second or third, like, major role.
Yeah, she was just starting out too.
Yeah.
Chris O'Donnell was starting out.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger had a stable career.
Yeah, he already had the deal, and he was having fun. I mean, everybody got their paychecks, and everybody got to have fun.
Yeah, this is one of those.
The only people who weren't having fun was the audience. I think this was one of those movies people wish they would have brought some eggs and produce to.
Oh, like, this is a movie that, like, I usually, I don't know about you, but how I watch a movie is like, I don't like to get up to go to the bathroom or nothing, right? This movie, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna.
A movie. I sat there and I watched the movie.
I watched the whole movie, right? And like on this one, I'm thinking like, yeah, I don't need to pause this. I could just go to the concession stand. Like, this is the only one movie I want to do this on. Like, there's other bad movies out there too.
The movie's the simple movie. The movie starts off with we see the butt shots of the Batman.
Oh, I want to give that joke. When Robin kept complaining like a car, I want the car. The chick stick the car, and he said, "That's why Superman works alone." Like, really?
Exactly.
And then we were trying so hard. Wait, I want to point that out. They always do that line?
Where they go, "Oh, the chick stick the car."
Yeah, the chick stick the car.
Chick stick.
Chick stick car. It's like, there's only a one-seater. It doesn't even have a windshield. It just
exactly. It's like
a go-kart.
It's like the neatest, crappiest Batmobile I've ever seen.
It's like a go-kart, right? Like
it's basically it's like the Batmobile. It's the same size as the first Batmobile. Maybe they said this is the longest Batmobile they ever built. Well, it only holds one person.
One person. And then Robin rides a motorcycle. But it's
like most of the toys you used to buy. Remember all the toys you'd always buy? You always buy a vehicle and you could only put one figure in it. I'm like, why?
So they did that for toys.
It always shows a lot of figures sitting in it. Now it's just whoever designed it know what they're doing. The Red Wing Bat motorcycle, or Robin's motorcycle, looks pretty cool. Except for the motor details, you can tell it's just plastic pieces glued on the side.
And you know what's really weird that I noticed in the beginning, like Batman would take off first, right? Then you have to wait for the other car to roll. I'm like,
exactly,
dude, what the heck?
What kind of crap is that? Oh, it's horrible. And then of course they go to the museum to fight Mr. Freeze. It's the stupidest scene. I actually fast forward to it.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of that Midway arcade game. You know how Midway makes the NBA Jam? You could push and shovel. They make a football one too. It feels like this is exactly what a Midway arcade would make. A hockey game like this. It's basically like a hockey game in the middle of the museum.
Yeah, it's a bunch of Casey Jones running around fight.
I do like that Mr. Freeze have henchmen too. He went from a brilliant scientist, right, to a villain to have henchmen. I don't even know how that process works.
I don't know.
It just works.
And the only reason the whole point of him in the movie is to steal diamonds because his suit works on diamonds.
Yes.
It works on diamonds. It eats diamonds up like they're batteries. I'm like, that's not how diamonds work.
Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. We already at this stage with Batman and Robin, like, come on.
Yeah. And then he takes off in a rocket. They fly up into space. And then they have the worst lines were when they're on the rocket. It's like Robin's like, "Hey, I'm glad to rescue you," and the other one's like, "Hey, you're gonna take takeout or something." And then of course they jump out on they bust the rockets out, blow the rocket with a bat bomb.
Yeah.
And they fly down
Like
back to the
stuffing.
earth. Yes, and they're even yelling "Cowabunga." Okay, I was like, "Who wrote this garbage?"
What, you didn't like the Mr. Freeze with the wings either? Like he's flying.
Oh yeah,
like
the butterfly wings. He's got butterfly wings. Oh man, it's just like, and the Batman jumps on his back and unhooks him. And of course, Mr. Freeze uses his gun so he can slow himself down. I mean, it's horrible. The opening is horrible.
I don't think we like of all these episodes we have, right? We have not complained about a movie as much. No, at all.
Oh yes, we have Howard the Duck.
Oh no, this
You
is worse
forgot
than
it just
how.
like the movie. Oh, this is worse than Howard.
This is worse
you
than How the
sure?
Duck.
Oh no, Howard the Duck was pretty bad too. Yeah, actually, you know why Howard the Duck wasn't so bad?
Why?
Because the movie wasn't as long.
The movie wasn't as long, and then you know what? In that episode, we talk about everything else except for Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Want to talk about hamburgers?
I actually had that. I put onion wings in my hamburger last night because I was craving it so bad.
Wow. Yeah. That sounds pretty good.
Me and Heather ordered some onion wings. I was like, I'm going to wait until my burger gets here. I'm going to put some onion wings. Oh my God. And it tastes so much better.
We might as well jump to this while we're talking about stupid crap in a movie. Hey, remember when they're betting over Poison Ivy?
They're bidding over Poison Ivy, right?
Yeah, bidding over Poison Ivy. And of course, Batman pulls, after he says $4 million, he pulls out his Bat credit card. What kind of crap? What is that?
And it says valid true forever. I
mean, that was like so, like, this just,
why?
If there wasn't said something that says, hey, we don't take this movie seriously, that was it.
No, they don't. Like, even when they were bidding, like, before the credit card comes over, like, 2 million, 3 million, like, what the hell is Robin getting all this money? He's like, I'm going to borrow it from you. Really?
Really?
Really? Yeah. You may as well just lose because he doesn't have to lend you the money and then you have nothing. Like, this is so stupid.
But we go back. The problem is, when they almost get Mr. Freeze, of course, Robin messes up. And then, of course, the whole movie is Batman can't trust Robin.
Yeah, he can't trust Robin.
He can't trust Robin. That's the only reason we see that scene.
Yeah.
Freezes Robin. And plus, we learn, hey, if you get frozen, you got only like 11 minutes to thaw people out.
I know. 11 minutes. Like, what am I going to do, but, like, realistically?
Exactly. Oh, yeah, how we forgot to point out that every time we see Alfred, when people are looking at him, he's happy, and when he's not, he's crying.
Oh, he's crying. He's like, he's in pain. This like prime acting right here.
Oh, that was not. I bet he was thinking, why am I doing this? I could have quit. I could have quit 3 movies ago.
For money. Oh, you know what's really funny? So, like, this movie answered one question for me, right? Like, Alfred lives at the mansion, he gets paid, right? And I was thinking the whole time, where does this money go to? But at the same time, when I was asking that question,
I never thought that Alfred got paid.
So why is he living there?
Because he's Bruce Wayne's family. He's like his dad now.
Like a servant person?
No,
dad?
he's not like his servant. It's like he's part of the team.
Oh, okay. I always thought Alfred gets paid.
No, I mean, I'm sure he gets allowance.
Allowance like a kid.
Well, that's the thing, though. He's got. I mean, why couldn't Alfred? Alfred probably does anything he wants at the house.
That's true.
I mean,
I just always thought he got paid.
He's basically like, he's the one that helped Bruce Wayne learn to be Batman. He's the guy that helped build Batman. Let's put it that way. Alfred made him sure he got the right tools, the right training, the right everything. Sent him in the right places. I mean, Batman did his own thing, but as a kid, he couldn't.
No.
So basically, he was his caretaker. Alfred lives there free of charge. I mean, he can drive any car he wants. He can do anything he wants. But he's a butler.
Huh.
To him, it's a code.
I mean, like, I don't know how butlers work, Like,
well,
I don't have a butler.
I don't have a butler either, but because I don't have that kind of money or knowledge. But apparently, butlers are people are butlers. Probably let's put it this way: by the movie, it makes him. There's like butlers have a certain code, and they follow it to the letter.
So let me tell you something. So up to this point, right, the only butlers that I know of is from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Batman.
Yeah.
That's only butlers. There's no other famous butlers I know of.
The nanny.
The nanny's not a butler, right?
The nanny had a butler in this TV show.
Oh, I never seen it. I never seen the nanny.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know the actress, but like, yeah.
Yeah, his name was Niles.
Oh, okay. But besides that, I don't know any butlers. Right?
Richie Rich had a butler.
If anybody can name a butler, put it on the comments below. That's it. I don't know any more butlers.
Oh, I'll bet you there's a whole bunch we're overseeing.
Oh, I think so too. But like,
I know in the comic books, in the old comic books in the 30s, everybody had a butler that did crime fighting.
Also, whoever's rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a butler. Rich. I wish I was rich. I'd have a butler.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, there's a TV show all about butlers.
There is?
What's that one? Yeah, that English show that came out. They even mentioned in Iron Man 3.
I don't know.
Downton Abbey, that's what it is.
Oh, Downton Abbey. Yeah, so British people.
Downtown.
Yeah. I used to call it downtown because I never seen the show, you know.
It's Downtown Abbey.
Downtown or downtown, yeah.
Downtown London Abbey.
Okay. I forgot what we were talking about.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
You know what I also hate?
We're talking about being a butler is what we're talking about.
Okay, I want to talk about Batman and Robin. So I want to talk about another thing.
That's what we are talking about.
There's a scene where, like, right before they, it's one of the scenes where in Arkham Asylum they go to Mr. Freeze, right? They had the wardrobe of the Riddler and the Two-Face with the guard.
They had why did they got their crap in there if they're not alive? Well, one's alive.
One is alive, the other one is not alive.
Does that mean the other one's alive?
Does it matter?
I mean, no, it doesn't, because I don't want to see him in a movie again. I'm done. Moved on.
So the most we watch about out of these four, right, is probably just the first two Batman.
Yeah, I can't stand. I mean, Forever is okay.
Forever's okay, but I can't stand this one.
But the problem is, even Batman and Robin kind of has its mitts around. It's like it's got his hands around Batman Forever's throat, and it's just dragging him down with him. Because every time you think for Forever and you start watching Forever, you can't but help but remember there's Batman and Robin afterwards, and it just destroys the franchise.
So do you think we'll ever seen like a fourth Batman again? Like, Christopher Nolan only did 3 Batmans, right? He didn't do the fourth one. But then Ben Affleck, he didn't even have his own Batman series. So I'm hoping Robert Pattinson, is that his name?
Yeah.
Do you think they can have more Batman space from his Batman, or is this Batman even in the same universe?
Oh, his Batman's not even... No, that's another universe.
Oh.
Unless he becomes... Well, who could Robert Pattinson's Batman be?
What do you mean? Isn't he young Bruce Wayne again?
Yeah, right? he's a younger one, but I mean, he's not...
What do you mean by younger one?
Robert Pattinson ain't that young.
No.
But I mean, would he be? I think he's a different universe altogether.
So it's not with the okay.
Well, his Commissioner Gordon's different. His Catwoman's different. Penguin's completely different.
Well, we've never seen these characters though, right? Like in the other ones.
if he's going to be a younger version of any Batman,
I don't even know who plays Alfred in this one.
I don't know, but if he's a younger Batman, the only younger Batman he could be is Affleck's Batman.
Affleck's. Oh, okay. You mean a younger version of Affleck's Batman?
Yeah, because we haven't seen any of these villains in Affleck's world.
No, just Joker.
We saw what the Penguin looks like in Keaton's world.
Yes.
And we've seen what the Commissioner Gordon, and we also saw Batman be created. In Nolan's world.
In Nolan's world, yeah.
This Batman can't be any of those.
Oh, okay. I was hoping this Batman was tied to Zack Snyder's thing, which is not.
No, well, it could be. Like I said, that's Affleck's Batman.
Oh, it's Affleck's Batman. Okay, I got it.
Because remember, Affleck was going to make a movie called The Batman.
And then they changed it on him.
Yeah, well, he gave up on it and did something else.
And then
they're making one called The Batman, which, I don't know. Everybody says Robert Pattinson's good.
Well, he was probably good. You told me his.
Let me put it this way. I watched the Who did?
No, you say you said Robert Pattinson's good. Like you saw, like is it called the Lighthouse movie?
I never seen Robert.
Oh, then somebody else then. Okay.
Yeah, somebody else told me that too. They said, "Oh, did you see Lighthouse?" Like,
oh,
no,
that's what you said. Pattinson. Yeah, that's what you told me. Someone's seen it. Okay, that's what.
Yeah, somebody's seen it and they said it's pretty good. And maybe so. I saw the trailer. Trailer's awesome.
The Batman, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can watch that trailer over and over and over and over.
Because the song, right?
And actually, I have
Yeah.
Nirvana.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, it looks good. Plus, the best scene in that trailer is there's that scene where there's all those gang members with white face.
Yeah.
And he jumps down there like, "Who are you?" He goes, "I'm Justice," and he just starts beating the crap out, and everybody just walks off.
Oh.
I mean, when he starts beating the crap, that's Batman, because that's what Batman is.
And you know what? He's British, right?
Oh, the actor is.
So Christian Bale is no, I won't say. I guess he's
That
British.
don't matter. Don't matter.
We'll see. I mean, like
They
we
should
have a
make
lot
it-
of Americans play Batman.
Yeah, and we should have Americans play Batman.
Would you say Val Kilmer is a good Batman?
He's an okay Batman?
Okay, so far it's just Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. I like Affleck.
Oh, I do like Affleck too, because he
like
reminds me of the
Affleck.
Dark Knight Rises. Not
Again-
Rises, Dark Knight Returns.
But again, he didn't get enough roles to mess it up either.
No, he didn't get enough. No, because he
But I
didn't
don't
get a
think he would've
standalone
messed it up.
Batman.
I don't think he would have messed it up.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have a standalone Batman movie. So
Yeah,
can
he
we
didn't
even
get a
count
standalone.
Ben Affleck in one? Like, if you just talk about full
I'm gonna
feature
count it
Batman.
because I think I'm gonna count it because he did so good as Batman in Batman versus Superman.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was big, he was massive, and plus he had all the rage.
He did the old man.
Plus he had
rage.
kind of had that I don't give a crap about you attitude as Bruce Wayne. I'm rich.
Okay.
Get out of my face.
So what do you not like about George Clooney's Batman? Don't say everything.
Too happy.
Too happy. Interesting.
But you know that he was too like, because he's like, oh, I'm Batman, yeah. His facial expression, he doesn't ever look angry at all.
No, I'm
And
trying
maybe
to
he's
think.
not supposed to be, but I mean, because this is a Bat family movie. You know, it's got Batman, got Robin, it's got Batgirl.
Huh.
It's like reading a Batman comic book. It's not very good. Me, I'm a Detective Comics Batman type of guy.
Right. No.
There's
yeah.
no Robin in Detective Comics. He's going around solving crimes and giving people beatings.
So did you like the addition of Batgirl in this movie?
No, not really.
So you didn't like no, they have nothing to do with the actress, right? It's just them introducing.
Oh, it has
Batgirl.
nothing to do with the actress at all. I didn't have a problem with Alicia Silverstone. And when I first heard it was going to have Batgirl, I didn't have a problem with it then. But,
Oh, okay.
you know, back then I liked it because I was younger.
Yeah.
But now it's like, yeah, they're just too much.
Oh, I was going to ask you, since
that thing is, she did a better fighting job than anybody else.
she did a pretty good fighting job fighting
Oh, yeah,
Poison
she
Ivory,
did.
yeah.
Her character was better. Her character was almost better than the other two guys.
She was.
And that's the problem. She showed them up.
I think it's just because the marketing too, like they want to bring in a
Well, I
female
also want to point
audience.
out that Batgirl was originally created for Adam West's Batman.
Oh yes, yes.
She was created for that, and then she got put in the comic book. So this one, she got put in this one. I mean, I would like to have seen a Batgirl, and I still would like to see a Batgirl, but it's got to not be campy.
Yeah, I understand.
You know?
Everything from this movie is.
And plus, here's also what kind of irked me a little bit. And I'm sure the producer, oh yeah, this made sense. I'm like, it didn't make sense. She shows up and she's Alfred's niece.
Right, and it's with the same
They
name
kept
as
her name.
Barbara. Yeah,
Barbara Wilson in the movie, but in real life it's Barbara Gordon.
So I want to ask you something.
Gordon.
Does Alfred actually have a brother in the comic books that you know of? Wilfred?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. So they make
But I
that
don't
up
mean
too.
it doesn't.
Oh, yeah,
I
it
don't
doesn't.
mean it does. Yeah,
Alfred
it could.
and Wilfred.
He probably has a family in the comic books. I never saw that.
Okay.
I mean, Alfred's not the main character in Batman comics.
No.
Well, he may be in the Batman comic books, but he's not in Detective Comics. That's mainly what I thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it said Batman, I usually stayed away from it. Because it's dark. It's not crime related. It's like happy hour.
Oh, this one is.
This one is basically a Batman comic book from the crappy days.
I wish someone on the internet, right, could we edit the whole thing to make this even better? Kind of like someone did for the second and third Star Wars.
You would have to take Clooney out.
That's the whole. He's in the movie the most. Actually, you know what? I don't even know who's had the most screen time. It's got to be Cooney, right? Not Arnold.
Clooney didn't have that many shots.
No,
It seemed like Arnold was seen more.
Arnold's seen more.
I don't know. It had so many characters. That's the problem. Because I mean, we even went to South America where Poison Ivy's had a whole scene.
Yeah,
There's no bad.
talk about the creation of the character. Yes,
I'm going to say Bruce Wayne did appear more than Robin,
Robin. Yeah, definitely.
Batgirl. So
I didn't like the way they
I mean-
made Alicia Silverstone acting in this movie.
I didn't either.
Like it's so. How do I want to say it? It's so uppity against in a way. Like it's who
Oh, I thought
talks
it was
like
too-
that?
I thought it was way childish. She
Ah,
acted like kind of like a baby almost.
like a baby or like a really goody good girl.
Yeah, especially when that scene where she's talking to Alfred. She's like babying the guy. The guy's probably thinking, "Man,
Yeah, this is
get
Joel
out."
Schumacher's fault. Yeah,
Because
everything.
he always does some weird acting. He
Too
makes some weird acting
too happy
choices.
of a Batman. It feels like Chris O'Donnell is the only angry one. They should put the anger inside Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, they should have. Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne should have gave people a beating.
Did he even beat anyone?
No, he
No.
kicked some faces, but mainly he falls down and watches everybody else fight, and then he has some stupid
The
lines.
only one he fought was Mr. Freeze. He didn't even have anything much to do with Bane.
He didn't have. Nobody fought Bane. I don't remember. The only person who fought Bane was Robin.
No, Robin. Oh, by himself, and
And
then
he gets thrown into the ice cream
yeah. Uh, why?
because
Why?
he was fighting Bane, and Bane picked him up to him in
So-
ice cream. That's why.
You know how a lot of movies, when this is like when movies are made, right? You know, you could be behind the scene or behind the camera, like, oh, this is awesome. There's no way anybody during the whole production of this thing, like, this is awesome, right? Like, there's no way.
No, because come on, even when Clooney they wrapped up the movie, even Clooney says, "I think we just killed this franchise."
Did he really say that? I didn't know.
Yes. And here's the neat thing. Did you ever read that? And he said it. I've actually seen him say it because he did an interview on one of the Tonight shows. He says when he sees people, he apologizes. That says that
About
they
Batman,
think
yes.
Run.
Oh,
He
I seen that
apologizes
before. Yeah, he
and
said,
he gives them their
apologize.
money back.
Yes, I saw the same thing. Yeah, he gives his money back. Like, I'm so sorry that you see this movie.
So I'm thinking George Clooney's got to carry a lot of cash around on him.
Just in case
I don't know.
he's a Batman fan.
Because I mean, the movie was the highest grossing movie for Warner Brothers that year that came out.
Yeah, I can see
Even though
that.
it didn't, because there was no competition. It was the only Batman movie in town, and everybody got their equal share of disappointment.
Yeah, you go like, I can't believe I paid for this. Yeah, I can't believe I paid for this too.
I can't believe that was a Batman movie.
Oh,
And you know, this is actually the only movie that Burton wasn't in a part of.
that's right. He's not producing or nothing in
Yep.
this one.
That's probably another reason. There was nobody to say, "Hey, this sucks."
This sucks. Can you change this? No, I want it exactly the way it is.
Exactly. There was nobody
This
to
movie
tell.
sucked.
Nobody was. I mean, I'm sure Bob Kane was sitting there going, "Oh God."
This is why he died.
Here's the sad thing. Well, Bob Kane though, when he saw George Clooney get picked, said that George Clooney would be a good Batman because the jawline and stuff.
Yeah. But it's just the director, right? It's kind of like the same thing with Star Wars. Samuel L. Jackson is a great actor, but then he's not that great in Star Wars.
Oh, that's the worst movie he's ever.
Because George Lucas is not a great director. He's a great writer, but
Yeah,
not a
but
director.
He's not. He's a good producer. I'm going.
Oh, George Lucas is a good producer. Yeah.
I'd say it is because he's got the right people a lot of times.
Yeah.
The right, you know,
He knows how to make a movie. He just can't direct a movie.
to a point. Yeah.
It's kind of like Ben Affleck. Like, okay, I like Ben Affleck better as a director than he's an actor. But now, like,
Yeah. Well, he's grown quite a bit.
yeah, that too. Joel Schumacher, I never seen anything directed by Joel Schumacher besides the Batman stuff.
I'm gonna say I haven't either.
What is that movie that he did with Tommy Lee Jones? Isn't it like
Oh, The Client. I never saw The Client.
Okay,
Never saw The
I
Client.
never seen The Client either.
I remember they made a big deal out of it though.
But I'm pretty
Saw the
sure.
trailer for
You
it.
know what? Joel Schumacher is probably a good director, but maybe not on this kind of stuff.
Maybe so.
You know,
Maybe
he's no
so. I
Steven
don't know.
Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is a jack of all trades. He can make any genre, but not Schumacher.
That's the thing. Yeah, the director's got to coax it out. The funny thing is, actually, Schumacher has apologized for this movie too.
Oh, he better.
Yeah, he said. Yeah, of course. But he basically said he didn't intend to make it like this.
Oh, he
But
didn't
hey.
intend to make it like this.
He
Okay.
probably didn't. But this is it. I mean, you can't blame it on the editor.
Just saying that, it goes
The
back to
editor's
Warner
probably-
Brothers.
The editor's
control.
probably like sitting there going, "Hey,
No,
I
this
tried
is-
to make
yeah,
this
I
better,
tried.
but there was no way.
This-
There's no way."
You gave me these scenes to edit, and none of
I'm
this is
not-
the best
but
one.
Like I said, the music sucked too.
The music
so-
does suck.
The music sucks, even though it's got Smashing Pumpkins though.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do remember it has Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah.
You know, funny thing, it's also got a song called Gotham City,
Uh,
but R. Kelly.
oh, R. Kelly did have a song on it. That's right. This is.
Yes, it did. Huh, what's he doing now? Is he going to Arkham Asylum?
It should be. He has a really messed up documentary on Netflix that me and Heather were watching. It's not a good thing.
Okay, well, this guy's not a good guy.
It's not, but I can't believe it. But let's get back off on that.
Oh yeah, they also had the Jewel. Jewel did a song on this too.
Oh really? I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't
Which
know.
is funny. I don't know
attention.
that it's even in the credits. I don't think it plays. I remember the video coming out, and I remember them making a big deal out of it.
Let me see.
But it's only on the soundtrack, but it's not in the movie. If it's in the movie, I don't remember hearing it.
Oh, Gotham City is by as Bone Thugs and Harmony. The end is the beginning. Is the end is in this soundtrack?
Yeah, you didn't know that? It starts in the beginning. It's got the end. I have the soundtrack, by the way. It's not as good as the Batman Forever soundtrack.
No, this song is not as good as in the Watchmen.
Oh, I forgot it was in the Watchmen.
That's why I was like, I don't remember this song in this movie at all.
Are you sure you sure that song is in the Watchmen?
It's in the trailer.
Oh, it's in the trailer. Okay,
it's in the trailer. But like that.
But you gotta remember, there's two songs. But you gotta remember, there's two songs.
Oh, that's right. The beginning is the end is the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got the one at the end. The one at the end is the best.
Man, it just.
Plus, they have one for what is it? Poison Ivy. They have a song for Poison Ivy. You get it in the soundtrack, but you only hear the instrumental in the movie.
There's Goo Goo Dolls in this. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you heard the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
During the movie.
Yeah. What happened to this movie, man? What happened? I want you to tell me, Shane. What happened to this movie? How?
I'll tell you what.
I know how you could fix it. Just take George Clooney out.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you how to fix it. If we'd cut Ben Affleck's movie together and then put Nolan's movies together and a little bit of Keaton on there, and omit everything that came from Schumacher, boom, and just tell everybody it says Batman and Robin. You'll have to put Chris O'Donnell's scenes in there, though. Done.
What else? You know what? What else I remember?
Oh yeah, and you'll have to put better music too.
Yeah, the Batman Forever. Those I guess, what is it? Black light people, like those faces. Yeah. That gang is back in this movie too, I guess.
A different gang. But they had a whole bunch of gangs. We got to see a whole bunch of gangs. So remember, we find out that Barbara Wilson, or whatever her name is, likes to ride motorcycles. She tells her uncle, "Oh, I know those things." Right. Now she goes riding at night, and then those gangs. Remember, there's all those gangs.
Yeah.
They got those gangs with the guys with the hair and the eye patches. They had the gang that looks like what's that movie? Orange.
What?
What's it called?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, man, I can't remember what the movie's called.
Who's in it? Did you look at Wiki?
Oh, Clockwork
Orange. Yes.
You remember those guys?
I do.
Okay, Clockwork Orange guys, and then a bunch of guys with this punker bikes, guys with chained together.
Where they do the
and then they do the motorcycle race, which I was like, this is unexciting. Guess what? They cheated too.
They cheated. Of course they did.
I didn't think that was going to happen. I mean, come on. Every cliche you can think of is in this movie. And people are like, hey, don't blame the writer. I'm like, when I see Akiva Goldsman's name on anything, I'm like, I'm not watching it. Which is kind of sad because now he's starting to watch it. He's writing for Star Trek.
Is he really?
Yes. I'm like, okay, so he had to come ruin Star Trek now?
Well, I wouldn't say that. Like, these are the things that they have to do before they want to, they get you what they want to do, It might be one of those. Maybe he always wanted to write for Star Trek.
Maybe.
And you know what? Maybe writing for Batman is not something for him. Like, man, I'm not really good at this. But please don't make me do this.
I'm sure that's what he said. Anybody comes up to you and you're writing, goes, hey, you want to write Batman? You know what they say. Yes, I want to do
that. Do I have to?
Yeah, I'm going to cut. You know what? They probably just should. They should write the Batman They should write a Batman movie like the Joker would. Just get 100 Batman comic books and cut pages out of each one of them and glue them all together, and that's your script.
So it's kind of like what you said about Warner Brothers before about the DC. Yep. You're like, you just do whatever you want.
Yep.
They just go all over the place.
Just get a whole bunch of comic books, and they're like, hey, if you get a couple Green Lantern comic books, cut the pages out, put them in there too.
So this is the trend we're seeing in the 90s and now in the 2010s. It just, hey, do whatever you want.
2010s, you better be on your game now.
No, I'm talking about Warner Brothers. Do whatever you want. Yeah, exactly. You're DC. Hey. Just do whatever you want. Hey, we don't care.
Exactly. We don't care.
Do whatever you want. Here's some money. It will make money. We seen Batman and Robin. We did whatever we wanted, and it made money. Okay. I need to see. Hold on. I want to see how much it made.
But the problem is, how much can you take before you're disappointed? I mean, come on. I already gave up on DC just about.
Oh, you know what? The budget was 160. It made 238 million.
Well, yeah, because everybody was waiting for Batman to come out.
Yeah.
And it stopped right there after we got more Batman. People are like, why would you watch Batman and Robin? People are probably sitting at home looking at us going, why would these two idiots watch Batman and Robin again? Did they not know it was good?
So that we could have one good episode to complain, I guess. That's gotta be
this is our angst. Yeah. I mean we're being very 90s right now because we're very angry about the
We are very angry about this. Yes.
Exactly. It makes me want to turn some Nirvana on and just whoop somebody.
Maybe that's what I should turn on when I have a punching bag in the garage.
Hey,
those are perfect songs.
That's what we should do. We this movie, we edit and play nothing but Nirvana songs all the way through.
Just all the way through. Just to make sure, like, okay, now it's getting a little bit better.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit better.
This movie sucks. I want to swear so bad. Why am I putting myself
some swear words to it? Yeah, good. We'll turn that thing to PG. We'll turn that to PG-13 really quick.
Was this even rated PG-13?
What is this rated? It better have been rated PG because it sucks so bad.
Does it tell me on Wikipedia?
There's nothing. I didn't see anything. What the cartoonish violence? Is that what turned it to PG-13?
What would be PG-13 on here?
I don't know. I actually don't know what PG-13 is like a dead rating now.
Yeah, it is, right?
It is. It doesn't really make any sense because nothing is PG.
Star Wars movies.
Are they PG?
Yeah, a lot of them are still PG.
Even with the lightsabers and people getting cut up.
Isn't the first Star Wars movie PG?
Oh yeah, I'm sure the first one.
I think Revenge of the Sith was PG-13.
Huh. Bet you it is. Return of the Jedi must have been PG because I got to see it when I was young. But that's a good thing in a way. Remember, everybody don't want a PG. But if they didn't, I would never got to see it, and I would not give a crap about Star Wars.
Batman Forever. Oh, it's PG-13. No, not Batman Forever. It's gotta be. It's probably PG-13. It's probably cartoon violence, right?
Yeah, that's good.
And you know what's funny?
You know what it is?
Schwarzenegger.
They're like, this movie sucks so bad. We don't want youngsters watching it.
Just make it rated R. What the hell?
Yeah. Just trying to rated R so nobody sees it. They have a good excuse.
Oh, I couldn't see it's rated R. I was 17 at the time.
You know what they're really thinking? They're probably thinking, let's rate it rated X. No amendments at all.
I think my sister and I think we went with Cody to see this, and we were highly disappointed. Yeah, we're highly disappointed. All three,
y'all. Did y'all go out in the streets to just start beating the crap out of
something? I'm like, dude, this it's walking out of the movie depressed of a Batman movie.
Oh, that's sad. The only movie people had fun was the actors in it.
I remember Batman Begins I saw with Daniel and Rachel, and then obviously The Dark Knight went to see you and Cody.
Batman Begins? I thought me and you saw it together.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, we did. You saw it with me.
I probably did.
Yeah, we did. We were sitting at the theater.
Oh, you know what? Rachel and Daniel's probably The Departed. It's Batman.
No,
I do remember.
Me and you saw Departed.
Yeah.
Me and you saw Departed together, too.
Oh, okay. That's probably, you know what? I don't remember.
I don't know what you saw with Daniel and Rachel. Something probably crappy.
No, I remember seeing either this or The Departed, too. The Departed was good. You know what? We're not going to talk about
me and you saw The Departed because you were talking about, hey, I know this movie.
Oh, yeah, the Chinese
Hong Kong movie. Exactly. Hey, is there a Chinese version of Batman?
But whatever it is, it's better than this one.
Yeah, what it is, the communists would ban it for sure. We're doing that for your own good.
I think right now, going forward, right? Let's see if, going forward, let's see if there's any other movie worse than this one. I know we talk about Howard the Duck, right? This is worse than Howard the Duck.
But you know, me and you usually stay away from the crappy movies. The only reason we're doing this is because this is an important part of
Batman. Yeah.
And I'm like, why not trash it?
Yeah, we should trash it. Of all the movies we've seen,
I mean, it's already trashed. I mean, they trashed it before they put it on the screen.
So the biggest star in this movie was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right?
I'd say he had the best role. I mean, I don't know. Chris O'Donnell's role wasn't that bad.
Wait, who? Oh, Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell's, but he didn't really have.
No, I'm talking about star. The biggest star in this movie.
Oh, the biggest star was. Yeah, because his name was above everybody else.
Yes, everybody else.
But yeah, most of these people were unknowns. Well, they weren't unknowns, but
up and coming.
It also depends on your age group. I mean, the only other person that was probably real big, Probably Alicia Silverstone.
At least it's at that time.
Yeah, because of the Clueless.
Clueless, yes.
I mean, O'Donnell, he did Batman before.
He did. He just came
Uma
back for the
Thurman,
role.
I don't think Uma Thurman was what? Pulp Fiction.
That was
right?
That was before
Was
this,
that
right?
before? I would think it was before that.
I'm gonna take a look real quick because we got plenty of time because this movie sucked. I don't want to talk about anything else. I did like to point out the other Doctor. It plays Lionel Luthor in the Smallville series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glover.
Yeah, Glover. Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Oh, Pulp Fiction was before. Oh, Pulp Fiction was in '94.
Yeah, that was a long time before this.
But then some of the other movies I haven't heard her until she was in Batman and Robin. Oh, she was.
I never saw.
Gattaca.
I never saw her. Okay, yeah, well, that's because she married Ethan Hawke.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason she was in that movie.
Oh, and she was in the Avengers, like the British one.
Oh yeah, that one was. It was okay, but it wasn't as good as it should have been.
Me and my sister saw that too, like on VHS.
Actually, that was a Batman and Robin type of thing, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I don't know. I got to watch it again. I actually need to watch it again to see so I can see if it was as bad as Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. It's like, I guess you're right. I don't know which one would be worse. I still say Howard the Duck was better than this.
Only because we didn't have to suffer as long.
Yeah.
You know why? You know why you think I don't know. If you had to watch it, if somebody made you watch it.
Well, well, I don't want to say someone made me watch. I never seen it, right? Like it was interesting. I would rather watch Howard the Duck. I don't know. Howard the Duck sucks too.
Howard Duck
just thinking the beginning it does suck.
It should have been good, but it wasn't. It just it starts off okay, but it had a worse ending too. It was.
Yeah.
It's just not as long.
Wait, tell me.
Set through something.
You telling me this movie's ending wasn't that good?
This movie's ending was horrible.
Take two of these and call me in the morning. Oh gosh.
Yeah, and you didn't know that line was coming.
Oh gosh.
It was that last scene was just stupid. What's the icicles? You can see when they hit something. Icicles are made of rubber because it always shakes.
It shakes. Yeah, that's why I saw that too.
Icicles don't.
Is Jesse Ventura in this movie one of the
Yes.
Yeah, it was right.
Jesse Ventura. He was lucky. He got kissed by poison ivy and died.
Oh yes. Oh.
I'd kiss poison ivy during the halfway through this movie and die too. I'd be happy. It's like, please get me out of this.
Everyone's acting was over the top, right? Especially Uma Thurman.
Oh, everybody's. Actually, what would you say?
Over the top.
But no, who did you mention?
Uma Thurman.
That's who I was say too.
Yeah.
Hers was but they told her to.
Yeah. Oh.
She says she enjoyed it.
She did?
Yeah.
I know that she didn't want to do this movie at first until she found out that Poison Ivy was a villain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Poison Ivy's the villain. Yeah, because who wants to be Bruce Wayne's girlfriend?
Oh, that's what she probably thought it was, yeah.
Because you always get dumped and he tells you where the Batcave. Hey, here's a positive.
He didn't do that on this one.
Exactly. He didn't.
But then,
hey, I got to tell you something.
But she was in this movie for maybe 5 minutes of screen time.
Hey, but she also dated him for a year.
Or Bruce Wayne or George Clooney?
No.
What? Oh, Bruce Wayne.
Remember, she said they've been together a year and she wanted to get married.
That's right. You know what? I totally forgot about that part.
I don't know if she ever dated.
It's still the same lady, right? That plays Gossip, whatever.
Yes, it's the same.
Okay.
It's Bob Kane's wife.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same one. She finally got a bigger role.
Yeah, she had more screen time than Elle Macpherson, I feel like.
Yeah, she did because she was in the same scene. Well, no, she gets beat because there's the date night.
Yeah.
Gossip Getty's not there at the
yeah.
date. So yeah, gosh. But that's the only scene.
That's
I hate that scene. Plus, when they had that. Actually, I hate all the scenes when they have a party scene. Everywhere, when they meet at the observation place.
Yeah.
The
museum.
The museum was horrible. The observation place was horrible, especially when you have Uma Thurman show up as Pamela Isley.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, everybody's laughing at her. She's like all crazy. It's like, what?
Yeah, she's over the top too as the scientist and
but the sets were over the top too. The sets were like, I want them just dark.
The other scientist was over the top too.
Oh yeah, he was crazy.
But both were. No,
They
no,
were
no, not
both
the other
crazy.
side. I'm not talking about Luther. I'm not talking about Gulliver, but I'm talking about the Asian guy and the black lady.
Oh yeah, and
The,
they're in that last movie. They're in Forever too.
they were?
Yeah, they were in one of them was I think Wayne's secretary, and the other one was actually that's the other guy, the Asian guy. He's the guy that goes, hey, as talks to Edward. It's like a snuff Edward. And Edward's the one that hands him the suicide note.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They were
It's the
both
same
playing
people.
different roles. Oh yeah, I remember now.
So they were in there. Yeah, and of course their acting was over the top.
It just shows how
Everybody's
Schumacher
acting.
wants it.
Plus they're hanging. Yeah, no, they're hanging off. Just like the whole scene was just like it's like a what was it, Spy Kids? Because
Spy Kids was better. I seen Spy Kids.
I'm sure it is. I shouldn't have slammed it because it's got a better director.
It got a better. It's Robert Rodriguez testing the green screen stuff before he made his better movie. So that Spy Kids was actually better than this.
Yeah, they should have had Robert Rodriguez do Batman. Probably been
it was probably been better than this.
Oh, it would have been way awesome.
It would probably been rated R also, which I'm fine with because
Batman.
Batman as he gets older is more rated R.
You can't do that though. I think the Batman should stay closer
PG-13.
to. Well, because some of your comic buyers and stuff. I mean, you don't want to show it to the older people. Then it doesn't live on.
You can't enjoy. Yeah, you can't enjoy it as well.
Yeah, it's like I'm sorry, you can't. I know that you got Batman. I know you got Batman pajamas and underoos, but you can't see this because you're not old enough. No, you got Batman toys and figures, but sorry, because I mean that is what keeps most of the superhero movies alive.
Yeah, it's just
If they were just movies, yeah, because that's kind of crap. They go, you can read the comic book, but you can't see the movie.
Yeah.
Because that goes like Star Trek. They're wanting to do a Star Trek rated R. I'm like, kill the series.
Are you talking about the one that Tarantino's talking about?
Yeah. I'm like, it sounded cool at first. I'm like, oh, Tarantino. It's gotta be R. I'm like, only a few people could see it.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And, I mean,
that's why most studios don't want to do the rated R. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand it's cool, but
that is a good point though. Like every day me and Heather saw in a Deadpool movie, right? Like, okay, I could read about this in a comic book, but I can't go see the movie. That's BS.
Well, that's the thing. You can't take your kids to it.
No.
That's something you can't share with your kids. You can take them to almost all of the Avenger movies, but then you have to look at your kids.
We went to see Shang-Chi last night. Ethan was totally cool with it, but the younger one, he lost patience at an hour in. If there's no action, right, it's not worth it to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's action. Like, oh, look at he's doing this. He's doing this. When they're talking and stuff, nah, he's not down with that.
Yeah, because who cares what they're saying when you're young? It's adults talking. Who gives a crap? Like, oops. That's funny thing. Adults when they're talking, they usually spell stuff out each other. I'm like, you don't really have to. They don't give a crap what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh no, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan does. He pays attention. Even when
because you're probably talking about him. He's like, they gotta talk to me. They say it about me.
But, all right, how long do you want to go talk about this movie? Is there anything else we need to point? Oh, you know what? I want to point out that you're right. They didn't show the female of who. No one knew who Batman was in this one.
Yeah, nobody cared, and nobody cared either.
Actually, you know what? In the first one, they didn't. Like, it's not like Joker knew Bruce Wayne was Batman.
Yeah, and none of the villains knew. It was no big deal. I mean, the problem is it was just kind of and of course the Batman tried to be a bigger guy at the end. He's like, "Hey, Freeze, I saved your wife."
But he wanted him to save Alfred. How did you like that? Like giving Alfred a sickness.
I don't know. It felt manufactured. Too manufactured.
How do you mean manufactured?
Oh, because it's kind of weird that's at the time that they're fighting this guy, that's the only guy that's got a cure for this disease is really rare. Alfred gets this disease too.
Same too, yeah.
I'm like, isn't that kind of convenient that they're fighting a guy that can cure the disease and this guy gets this disease and it's rare.
It is rare.
It's supposed to be so rare that nobody can get it. I'm like, what? I mean, that's the story. I mean, that's how you write movies, but I don't know. I think with the amount of movies we see nowadays and the way they write stuff, making stuff is just manufactured to move the story along is not always a good thing.
No,
I mean, this movie was basically almost seemed like, all right, let's go to work. We got to go make a Batman movie.
It worked for Rocketeer. Like every scene brings it to the next one, right? It just this.
Yeah, and a movie should be like that. But I mean, some of the stuff this one was just like.
Crap, you could say.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't like a chore for them to make, but it was a chore to watch. was like, I don't know. I don't know how to make it to the
It
next
is a
scene.
chore to watch because if we weren't doing this, right, I would have never watched this again. Never.
I would never watch.
You know what's really funny? Because like, let's just say I watch Batman, right? I will always watch Batman Returns and Batman Forever, and this is where I
didn't
stopped.
watch it again because I don't remember it. Like I said, it was worse this time.
It was worse, but you know what happens when I was watching Batman and Robin? Immediately, I want to watch Batman Begins, just to make up for like, what is this?
That way you don't feel so dirty.
So dirty, so bad, so time wasted. Like, dude, we wasted like this movie was 2 hours and like 14 minutes.
This movie was a waste of time.
2 hours and 14 minutes. I think Batman Begins is like it's about the same time, but then like it doesn't feel like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
It's a whole bunch packed in 2 hours.
Yes, it's
a pretty good story.
It's a great
makes
story.
Sense.
Batman Begins was a great story. This
was a great story.
I can't even say was this even a story or was it just like you're making this up as you go along.
Basically, it was like they took a 1966 TV show
and tried to
the Batman series, and then they just redoed it and expanded it a little bit. Because I mean, the guy's still stealing diamonds. Right? Diamonds. It's like gold. It's just not something people do anymore.
I read him still go to use the metal to conduct electricity, right? But I don't understand the diamond with the energy.
Well, the diamonds was because his suit had lasers all in it, and they'd hit the diamonds and make little extra beams to keep him cold.
Okay.
And let me tell you this one. If you shoot a laser at something, you make it hot.
Oh, you know what I really enjoy in this movie? When Arnold does his famous grunt, like, you know what? That's really funny. I was watching that, right? And I was telling Heather, like, you know, a lot of people feel pain, right? A lot of us sound like, ow, ow. But, like, maybe Arnold doesn't know what pain feels like. So when they tell him to act like, hey, can you act like you're in pain? Like, oh, I don't know how to do it. Oh, like, he's making that noise, right? Even in the 80s. Like,
that's
when
that's the way it sounds, man.
When he made that noise in The Running Man, I'm like, maybe he doesn't know what pain feels like.
Oh, yeah. I also want to point out, see, you wore your Batman shirt for this.
I've been wearing my Batman shirt. That's my only one. I see a stock industry shirt.
Yeah, that's what I think of Batman.
It's like, I almost didn't want to wear this, so like, I don't know if I want to represent Batman in this Batman.
I did. I got my Bat Signal shirt out, and then I was like, no.
It's not worth it. Like, oh, gosh.
Oh, it's Stark, man.
I had to make sure I get this out of the laundry.
This is the only man that can engineer a better Batman.
For this movie, yes. Stock industry.
I mean, yeah. Gosh. Dark Industries. Come on, Iron Man.
This?
I don't know. It's I don't know. It just doesn't seem like they tried, really.
No.
I mean, I guess nobody. That's the problem. You know why? They didn't get any negative feedback from Forever.
No.
They just kept going down the same path, even worse.
This is even worse. They even trying to make Batman Forever again, like even though the same director.
I didn't care because like they tried to do the Gough thing in the city, cool, but they did too many statues, like the statue where they're driving down the arm.
Yeah,
what?
How is that possible?
I didn't like that. The thing holding the observation. It looks cool. I got like the making of Batman and Robin book. I got it before I saw the movie. It's actually pretty cool. It's good and a lot of good artwork and stuff. You know, I saw the movie. I was like,
they didn't use any of it.
Yeah, well, they used it, but it didn't look as good. The Batmobile looks drawn in it, but still one seater. But you couldn't tell by looking at the book. It looked awesome, and the Batcave looked awesome. Then when you see the movie, it's like, did they not follow the instructions properly? It's like that when you get that awesome Lego set.
Oh.
Then you let somebody else put it together. It's not what the box shows. It doesn't like anything like the box.
Let someone else put it together for you. This is exactly how this was. Like, hey, we booked this awesome script, but we'll just let somebody else do it.
Yeah, that's why I don't let anybody else put my Legos together for me. I do it myself. Like, I mean, I'm like, there's a picture book in there.
Sucks.
Should use a picture book.
It makes me. I will literally cry out loud watching this. So we're making a pact right here, right? We'll never watch this movie again. I will never show my kids this movie. They starting with Batman Begins.
You're going, hey, there's no reason to show anybody this movie.
No.
I mean, what are you going to do, though? One day you're sitting there and your kids come up, Dad, why didn't you ever tell me about this?
My son has a Batman wall, okay? I don't think... they watch Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that movie was better than this one.
Yeah, I would believe that because it has Ninja Turtles.
We watch Batman
Hey, but
Ninja.
this movie did, like I said, this movie had a link to Ninja Turtle.
This
all
one?
the Casey Jones. On
the ice thing, yes, in the museum ice hockey game. Yes. Batman Ninja, obviously, Batman Ninja is better than this, too. When Batman's in Japan. Yeah. Oh, that one's good. That one is good. Yeah.
I'm thinking anything that's made by DC itself is going to be better.
Yes. The animation stuff is better than this.
Yeah, because that's DC.
Yeah.
That's actually based on their comic books they put out.
I don't know. This is our shortest episode yet. I don't know. Do you still want to talk about this?
I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I got to say. I saw the bad credit card, horrible. Saw the bad butt, horrible.
Poison Ivy is the one that with a lot of costume changes in this one.
She has a lot of costume changes. Plus the gorillas, I did not get.
The dancing gorilla?
Yeah, she even got Bane in the gorilla costume. Why? Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of you being scared of him?
Because they were trying to be incognito. You know?
And then they fight Bane. Remember, they pull all the hoses off.
Yeah, and that's how you stop it.
That was the end of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And plus, they had remember when she's in the lab and they had those big jars that say Venom?
Yeah, Venom.
Of course, she goes to see Bruce Wayne because his name's on a jar. His name's on a jar.
The Rain Enterprises, yes. So the only thing, well, let's just point out, make the list of things that we like. You like that nobody knew who Batman was.
Well, I like that. It's just kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, and
I also didn't like all the little flashbacks. Remember the flashbacks that kept showing the scenes where he's a kid?
Oh, Alfred, yeah, him and Alfred's relations.
What is this? Is it? I mean, was it supposed to lead you to think that Alfred was actually going to die in this movie?
Ooh, I did think Alfred was going to die.
Never came to my mind that Alfred was going to die in this movie.
But then once they tied that McGregor's disease, I'm like, no, this is how they're going to solve it.
Yeah.
It's very lame.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything I like about this movie.
There's nothing really to save this movie for me now. The only thing that made this movie probably great is because I was young and it had like Uma Thurman.
I wouldn't say young. I told you I was 17 and I still didn't like it then. There has not been a moment in my life, maybe when I'm getting older and I get Alzheimer's, right? Maybe that's when I'll think this movie is awesome. If they allow you to play this movie.
Because you're gonna, but if you watch it and you still have Alzheimer's, it's gonna suck.
Like, what is this?
Now, if you're old and you have cataracts, maybe it'll be okay.
I don't know. I can't stand it.
Actually, I think you probably have to be deaf too.
Yeah, I just have to watch like, oh, it's pretty and all the colors.
That's the thing. I'm wondering if we're just to listen to it, would it be better?
I don't know. I didn't like Elle Macpherson. I don't think she was very pretty at all to me.
I used to think she was.
I like Michelle Pfeiffer better than Elle Macpherson.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, oh, you know what? The only thing I really like is Arnold, because I always love Arnold.
Yeah.
But that's it. The draw. If Arnold wasn't in this movie, forget it. No way.
Know. How do you know? What if somebody could have done his role better?
I don't think it matters. I don't think it
matters either. I don't think it would matter who they
Let's just say if they have another person saying the same lines, it's still lame.
Maybe we should do that on George Clooney. It wouldn't matter who was Batman in this. It would have sucked.
Yeah, you're right. See, now when you say you remove Cooney, right? What if it's somebody that you like? What if it's Tom Hanks?
No. That's already a no.
What if it's Denzel?
Denzel Washington?
Yeah. Regardless of race, right? Like, just say the actor's ability, it would still have sucked.
I think it would have sucked.
What if it was Leo DiCaprio?
It would have sucked.
It doesn't matter who plays what role.
I want to see Leo DiCaprio. But let's go back to somebody we know it plays good. What if Keaton was in the role? It would have still sucked.
If Keaton was in the role, it would still suck.
Yeah. Keaton would have been in this one.
You know what it would be like? It would be like Beetlejuice playing Batman.
If it was Christian Bale was in this role, he would have sucked.
Yeah, he would have been like, what is this? That's how I lost weight for the next movie.
Yeah, he would have been like, my agent lied to me.
What is this?
Yeah, what is this crap?
So it doesn't matter which actor we place in which role. It doesn't matter.
It wouldn't matter.
The outcome is still the same.
Because unless They had enough power.
You and I love to talk about time travel, right? This is the one that what if that none of that stuff works. It doesn't matter who you change in the timeline of this movie. It doesn't matter what actor you put in it. It's gonna have the same outcome.
I'm trying to figure out why you said time travel. Is that because you want to get away from this?
Yeah, I do want to guess. I always do. But then let's just say this is a different multiverse where a different actor played these the same kind of roles, right? Or maybe in our universe, in one of our different multiverses, this movie is good. But we'll never get to see it.
Because see, in the other universe, Keaton never quit.
Oh.
And he demanded a better director and writer.
Or same director and writer.
No, you're going to have to get rid of the writers and directors.
Oh, okay.
It's going to have to be Burton all the way through.
It had to be Burton all the way through.
Yeah. And a better writer.
That's the third one. Because
that's where Keaton stopped at the third one because the script was bad.
Yeah.
What if the script would have been good?
Oh.
And we got 4 movies that were awesome.
It would be probably more than 4 movies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would have been. Because, see, this movie... then we better point this out because before we leave. There were supposed to be 2 sequels to this movie.
What? Really?
They had them planned. Yes. Clooney was going to play Batman again and then Batman Unchained.
Oh, Batman Unchained.
And the reason they did the whole symbol is because there was going to be a Nightwing movie.
Oh.
They already had it planned. And actually, here's the funny thing: is even worse. And I'm glad. This is the shining light to this being a bad Batman.
Okay.
Batman was so bad, we didn't get the bad Superman that we're about to make.
Oh.
There was supposed to be a shared universe.
With Nicolas Cage, is that the one you're referring
Nicolas
to?
Cage and Tim Burton were supposed to make another Batman. And I like Tim Burton, but Nicolas Cage is Superman?
So that's the one that's written by Kevin Smith then?
Yeah, Kevin Smith wrote a script for it, but I don't think they were going to use his script.
Oh, okay.
He wrote the script, and I think they liked it, and then I think they went and decided to do something else.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think there was a problem. I remember, because I read the script.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the Kevin Smith script. It was actually pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
I forgot who I can't remember who the main guy was. Brainiac, I think. Yeah, Brainiac.
Brainiac is a bad guy. Oh.
Yeah, the Brainiac. I remember. I'm pretty sure, and I probably still got it somewhere.
Wow.
But the problem is, I think they decided to make so many changes to it. But I remember that it turned into a mess. But plus, Warner Brothers saw this fail. They're like, yeah, we're done. Close it all down.
Wow. It took a long time to bring it back.
It took a long time, but it was good because Batman Begins was rocked.
So Batman and what was the other one? Oh, is it the Nightwing movie?
Yeah, it was just Nightwing, plus be another Batman movie, and then the Superman.
Oh, I'm so glad that didn't happen.
And then, of course, we probably would have got a bunch of other cruddy.
Yeah.
Because, hey, remember the Flash movie? No, TV series. There was a Flash TV series.
I remember
the
Flash series.
90 what?
Let's see.
Was that before this or after that?
It was before this, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. It was before this. It had been during Burton's.
Because I remember seeing this in New York, the Flash TV series.
I actually liked. I only saw a few series.
Oh, 1990. 1990. I do remember this.
That's why. It's before. Yeah.
To May 1991.
It wasn't the greatest thing, but it was cool.
Oh, I remember it was cool too.
When I was young then.
When I was young, exactly. That was the thing.
Back then, I mean, I guess if we really go watch it again, it'd probably be like, oh, God.
It's weird that they make the Flash TV series, but they never made a Batman TV series. Besides Gotham, but I'm talking about like Batman is the main character.
No, because, Batman's more marketable at the movie level.
At the movie level, yeah.
It'd be too hard. Unless you make a rough Batman, you're not going to be able to make a TV series for Batman.
Well, the only TV series Batman was the 66.
Yeah. I would like to see a TV series, Batman. I mean, I think you could. If you're to make it like the Batman, the one we're seeing coming out.
Yeah.
You could probably film a TV series like that.
Yeah.
But it'd have to be dark. Because there was the only other thing that was like a Batman TV show is Birds of Prey. Did you ever see that TV series?
Birds of Prey?
Yeah, Birds of Prey. They kind of took the comic book characters and redid it. It had
Isn't that a movie?
No, it was a TV show. There's probably the movie.
Yeah, that's one with Harley Quinn.
But no, there was a TV series called Bird of Prey. It was a comic book series too. But Bird of Prey, this one is in Gotham City. Batman left, and so the Huntress is Batman's daughter. Apparently, Batman had a daughter with somebody, and she goes around fighting. And I think the Black Canary was her friend or something.
Yeah.
It's not for a little while because I hope Batman would show up. And you know the funny thing is when it showed flashback scenes,
Yeah.
it showed Keaton's Batman.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember if it was good or not. I remember watching it because the girls were pretty cute. So
Okay.
you're young, you're gonna be like, yeah, I watched it.
Of course,
I
like
don't
yeah.
remember. I don't remember the show being that bad.
That's why Buffy the Vampire
But I only
Slayer is
think
so
it,
good.
but I think it only lasted like a season.
Burst of Prey. I never heard of it.
And I could have sworn it had Oracle in it.
Oh, what I need.
Yeah, Batgirl. It had a character it played. Actually, yeah, there was. There was a character. I can't remember. I think it was the lady, the actress that played her, was the actress that played. I forgot what her name was, but she was in Super Troopers. No, Starship Troopers.
Oh, Starship Troopers. Oh, that. Yeah, okay. I know who you're talking about.
The
Okay.
tough one.
Yeah.
The tough one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, since you pointed out that stuff, let me just end it right here because I don't think I can endure any more of this today. So,
I'm sorry for everybody.
me too. I'm so sorry. If you're still listening to this at this point, good for you.
Yeah, if you can stomach it, go see it. If you can't, I mean, if you love Batman, don't watch it.
If you love Batman, do not watch this. Just skip this one. Like, I don't see the point of like, hey, I want to watch everything Batman complete. Don't do it.
But I don't know. Maybe if you go into watching this, I'm thinking it's gonna suck. You'll come out of this movie thinking,
oh,
this
that's
sucks,
right.
But
That reverse psychology thing. Yes, totally do that. Like, oh, this.
Because I mean, I guarantee you'll still watch it and say it sucks, but maybe not as bad as
not
you
as
think.
bad. Don't have high hopes like you did the first three.
And if you need to get up to go to the bathroom during this film, please do.
Yeah, you won't miss anything. Okay.
You won't miss nothing.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.